Hey, what's up guys, how's everyone doing? Today we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming OnePlus smartphone, and as you guys all know, I was a huge fan of the 3T, so I'm actually really excited to see what they do with their next release. Now guys, before getting into this, I got all of my information from techmenow.net, and that's a site you can hit up daily for tech news and reviews and other things like that, so I definitely recommend you check it out. So first off, with the naming this year, the OnePlus smartphone might not actually be the OnePlus 4. In China, the number 4 is considered to be unlucky, and since they're based in China, it could be that it's called the OnePlus 5. That would also help them catch up with the other players in the market which have a slightly larger number. It's quite psychological, but really naming doesn't really matter too much. As for specs, this is going to be at the top of the line for everything. Rumors going around are all pointing towards the newest Snapdragon 835, which was only released in January of 2017, and so far there are no available smartphones running on the chip. This, coupled with either 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, is going to make the OnePlus 4 an absolute tank in terms of core hardware once again. Like its predecessors, I have absolutely no doubt that it's going to be a top performer, potentially even beating out smartphones like the S8. One welcome change this year could be that it also features a 5.3-inch 2560 by 1440 display rather than the usual 1080p display. This should make it more crisp and suited to media content, which is obviously great to have. Their previous smartphones have been 1080p, which was absolutely great, don't get me wrong, but it did close the door on things like VR, which we could see gaining more popularity this year, so I think it's safe to say that 1440p is going to be what we see on the next smartphone from OnePlus. Now, something I find extremely crazy is not only are they going to be bumping up the battery capacity in the smartphone, which was obviously already great in the 3T, but they could also be improving the speed of their signature dash charging. The dash charging technology they packed in with the 3T was probably the fastest out of any smartphone, and I know it kind of sounds like I'm fanboying right now, so it is pretty crazy that they're still trying to improve it, and it should be absolutely awesome once it's out. They need to be careful of battery issues like with the Note 7 though. It sounds like they're really pushing boundaries with what they're doing with the batteries. I don't even know, but yeah. That's the deal. Honestly though, I think that we're going to be seeing more of the same this year with nothing too crazy, but that is completely fine. We're going to get another solid product that you just can't go wrong with, but I can't see it turning heads in terms of boasting something new and amazing, something like the Note 7 would have done, you know, with the stylus and everything else it had that was pretty cool. OnePlus is usually a low-riding brand, and one thing I want to talk about here is that they're faced with a pretty tricky sort of circumstance right now. When they launched, they really targeted this sort of tech enthusiast people, and I wanted to make a separate video on this entirely, just talking about why OnePlus might face some issues, but I think I'll talk about it here, and then maybe you guys can tell me if you want a separate video on it. But they really targeted the hardcore tech market, and we want quite specific things. We're not into the whole selfie game and things like that. That's what the more mainstream sort of consumer market wants. Obviously, OnePlus targeting those guys first. They had to shift their focus with the OnePlus X, which was another smartphone they released. Didn't really do too well, and now they're trying to bridge the gap between the hardcore tech enthusiasts and the regular mainstream normal consumers, maybe not like you and I who are, you know, watching and in this case making the video. So it should be quite interesting to see what they're going to do, and I honestly think they're just going to try to cover every single base, do everything extremely well like they did with the 3T, improve on the camera a little bit. I think that's something they should work on. And with that, they're going to have a pretty solid smartphone targeting a lot of markets. As for pricing and release, we can expect this to hit markets around mid-2017, more specifically June, and it's most likely to be priced around the $439 mark once again. So as usual, incredible value for money expected with the OP4. I'm definitely looking forward to it. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. I rambled a little bit. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. But yeah, I'm going to end this video here. Make sure you slap that like button if you've enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'm out. Peace.